But our third guest of tonight, he's the author of the newest released book, Comfortably Awkward. Let's give a late night welcome to Kenny Scudero, everybody. There he is. What's up, pal? How you doing?
Good to see you.
Hey, good to see you.
What's
too,
going
Kenny.
on? Yeah, hook yourself up. What's happening, buddy?
Nothing much.
Well, don't say nothing much. Look at that.
There's a few things going on.
Told you you'd be on eventually, right?
Yeah, eventually.
So what's happening, man?
Nothing. I mean, I see you got my book there. I'll tell you a little bit about it. I wrote it right when around the time I was graduating from college, St. John's, right here on Staten Island.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, I kind of had a little trouble finding a full-time job, you know, when I graduated, and I kind of wrote out of frustration. I started hating, you know, that lifestyle because I had done an internship before, and they were just so very strange in that corporate environment. I wasn't used to it,
tough.
I guess. Yeah, and started making fun of them, kind of, writing about it, and I had always written about stuff, but, you know, I finally took it serious, and I formed a story around it based on, you know, what I was facing. I kind of exaggerated some things and to make them funny, but yeah, that's pretty much.
Now listen, I mean, what inspired you to write it? What's the book actually about?
Okay. It's about this kid, Albert Forenzo is his name, and like I said, his whole life, he felt like he worked hard, he did everything he had to do. And then when it came time to get into the real world, he couldn't find a way in, so he says, I've done the right thing my whole life, so why not try the wrong thing? Mm-hmm. And he just, you know, goes crazy and doesn't care anymore. He stops caring, and he just comfortably awkward means, you know, he faces all these awkward situations so much that he just learns to thrive in them.
Uh-huh.
And, yeah, and I mean, it's a whole roller coaster ride where, you know, so many different things happen, and in the end, it's like, are you really supposed to do the right thing or the wrong thing, you know? It's just looking to succeed. How do you succeed?
A little bit of both.
Yeah. So.
I love the cover. The covers of a kid.
Thank you.
Wall Street guy with a briefcase looking up at the city.
And he's trying to figure out if he should go into work that day or not.
Listen,
Right.
that's the hardest thing to do is waking up in the morning. I started reading it. I didn't read the whole thing yet. I really have to lock myself down to read a book, but I will read it by the end of the summer.
Thank you.
You know?
Yeah,
So,
let me know what you think when you read it.
but listen, before we get into anything more that you're doing, why don't you tell everybody a little bio about your life, where you're from?
From Staten Island. I lived here my whole life. I used to be on CTV when I was a little kid.
What were you, the kid on the...
Frankie and the Heartbeats at the beginning of the Vito Picone show.
Oh, right.
One of the little kids with the leather jacket.
And your mother was in it too, right?
My mother was in it dancing too, and yeah.
Were you singing?
No, I was lip syncing actually. We did a
Lip-syncing.
bunch of lip syncing acts.
He was a little guy at the time.
Yeah, I was 5, 6, 7 around there. I was doing it.
Time goes
Wow.
fast, right?
Yeah.
So
does.
you've been doing some acting work lately
Yeah,
too,
that's
right?
something I'm trying to get into. I did an independent film the end of last year called White Fox Mask. It was done by this British director, Ricky Shane Reed.
Mm-hmm.
And he had won a film festival actually a couple of years ago for a movie he had done, so this was his follow-up film.
Wow.
I was pretty much an extra in it, but I was there a couple days on the set, and they gave me a couple lines to say, so that was the first time I really acted in a movie, so that was exciting for me.
Wow, are you dabbling or are you serious about acting?
I want to get more serious into it, you know. I've actually been working full-time as a sports agent, sports marketing agent.
Sports marketing agent, where'd that come about?
Because that's what I majored in, sport management at school, at St. John's. So finally, I found something, so in the book, he doesn't find a job, but...
What does it consist of? Tell me.
I market football players. I have to, you know, get them sponsorship deals, and, you know, you see players on Nike, Gatorade, on a smaller scale. That's pretty much what I'm doing now. So, yeah, when I'm not doing that, I'm either writing or I'm trying to act in a movie or something.
All right,
That's
a little bit of everything.
Exciting.
You could sports market them onto my show if you want.
All right, yeah, I'll get some football players for you.
Yeah, sounds good.
It does sound good.
Yeah.
So how can people get in touch with you?
I have Facebook. I have everything. Twitter. You could go to kennyscudero.com and check out. I have a blog on there. You could read some of my book on there, and yeah, some information about me.
So is there anything in closing that you want to tell everybody before we go?
Follow your dreams. Do what makes you happy, because that's the idea of the book. You know, I didn't want to be stuck in one of those jobs and 20 years to go by. You know, hey, I made some money, but I was, you know, miserable the whole time.
Put it this way: 75% of the population doesn't like what they do for a living.
Yeah.
They're paying their bills. Unfortunately, you know, it's
It's just like I don't want to be like that, and that's kind of the message I wanted to put in there. If everybody did what they loved and everybody pursued their dreams, I think things would work out maybe a little bit better.
I don't want to plaster, but I got to plaster. See, that'll work in Burger King.
I don't know. I think one day this will be a full-time thing. You'll be here all day.
Let's hope.
Every day. The real late night with Johnny P. You know, you'll be right after Letterman.
Whatever. Hope so.
I think it'll happen.
With a real crew, and I bring all these guys with me.
Yeah.
Paid
Sounds
gigs. So.
Sounds great.
But listen, Kenny, come back
Thanks for
anytime.
having me,
Everybody,
man.
Kenny
Kenny
Scudero.
Scudero,
Have a
everybody.
seat.